Welcome to TacosTheGeeks.com. Justin here, back with more video film reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. As always, I give you a brief synopsis, so here we go. Puss in Boots discovers that his passion for adventure has taken its toll. He has burnt through 8 of his 9 lives. Puss sets out on an epic journey to find the mythical last wish and restore his 9 lives. This was one hell of a send off. This was a great send off and a great way to conclude the Puss in Boots film franchise. I love this movie. I love the message that it has. Definitely, parents, watch this with your kids. It is such a beautiful and at times very emotional film here. One thing I really had to say, first of all, Antonio Banderas is there will be no one else to ever play Puss in Boots. He embodied all that suave, that sophistication, that swagger. His voice and his performance was excellent. Selma Hayek as well as Kitty Southpaw. I can't imagine anyone else playing these two character roles. And we have, of course, Goldilocks, who's played by Florence Pugh, who did a phenomenal job. She's just been on a roll. This was a very fun movie, and I would have to say this is a minor spoiler. That ending makes me want to have Shrek 4 today. It was a beautiful ending. And let's talk a little bit about the movie. Obviously, as the synopsis stated, Puss in Boots, he's down. He has burnt out his 8 out of 9 lives. He has one more left. He's on his last life. And obviously, Cat's 9 lives. If he wastes this one, that's it. So he hears about this mystical star that will be able to grant any wish you want. So he sets out on a quest to get this last wish in order to restore his 9 lives, so he can keep adventuring and keep his the legend and that legacy of Puss in Boots alive. And one thing I really did love, if you watch the first 2 movies, you see the character progression and growth of Puss in Boots. It is such, and I'm not going to spoil what he learns and everything else or what the theme of the story is, but the way they handle the theme of this story, the way they mature up Puss in Boots to realize things that there is more to life than just adventure and, things that's people that's close to him. And I absolutely love that character progression, that character growth, because when the movie starts, we get the same Puss in Boots that we all know and love, but as the movie progresses, we get to see more maturity. We get to see what's really important. That's one important thing that I think all these characters learned, from Kitty Southpaw to Goldilocks and the 3 Bears. There is a really great, I have to give a shout out to the Big Bad Wolf. He was probably the most intimidating villain in the entire Shrek universe. It was absolutely, him being the embodiment of death. And him coming for Puss in Boots because he's on this last life, and he keeps reminding him, like, death is always here. You can't escape death. He was such a badass and so intimidating every time he was on. They did this beautiful thing where the Big Bad Wolf will just whistle. And when you hear that whistle, you know he's coming for Puss in Boots. You know there's going to be an ill-ass action sequence coming. I was watching this. I was like, yo, they actually made the Big Bad Wolf really, really intimidating and really creepy. And it's just a very fun ride. I don't want to spoil a lot of it if you haven't seen it yet, but it's a really great film. Beautiful, beautiful send-off. I love the characters. There's some great cameos in here. Some from the Shrek universe. Not the ones you're hoping to see, but there are some great cameos from the Shrek universe that will make you smile, like, oh, it's great to see this person again. Oh, it's great to see this character again. We get introduced to a new character as well. The dog that you see there, who is unnamed until later on. But the dog character, I'm not going to lie, in the beginning, I wasn't a huge fan because it came off as that annoying sidekick trope. That it fall into that cliche trope of the hero who has a sidekick that he does not want, and that sidekick is really annoying. Think of this. This is the dog is what Donkey is to Shrek in the first movie. That annoying sidekick that's just constantly talking, and eventually they become friends. That's basically what that dog represents. It didn't bother me. It bothered me in the beginning, I should say. But then when we heard the dog's backstory, and then we get to hear the stories that the dog, because the dog is, it's a cute dog. It's so oblivious to things. It's so simple minded. It's oblivious that even when you hear the backstory of what happens and why it's wearing that particular outfit and things like that, you go, oh my god, that's terrible. But oh my gosh, the fact that you have no idea that they try to do this to you, it works very well in the terms of humor, and he did grow on me. But overall, obviously, animation is great. Let me just talk a little bit about that before I get out of here. Animation is great. I love the fact that so many, you can see, I will say this, there is some Into the Spider-Verse animation style when it comes to the action. And you're going to see exactly what I mean when you see the film. There is some very heavily influence of Into the Spider-Verse with this movie. And it works. It really does work. The way they did the cinematography, the way they did the camera angles, it works for this type of particular film. But overall, I'm gonna give Puss in Boots. I'm gonna give it an A-. This, I had fun with this. This is great for the kids. I love this message when it comes to terms of death. I love this message that they gave of the overall theme of, just really appreciating things in life and stuff like that. It's really good. So definitely check this out. This is Justin from mythicalgeeks.com. If you like what we do here, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you're watching this on YouTube. Give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment below. Let me know if you watch Puss in Boots: The Last Wish and what did you think about it. And if you're watching this from mythicalgeeks.com, by all means, browse our website. Check out our interviews, reviews, and everything geek here at ONG. We'll catch you on the next review or next video. Later days.